and became their own country. July 4th, of course, is our time when we separated. And as I was looking and doing some research, I found a congressional declaration. It's about 7 pages long, so I'm not going to read the whole declaration to you, but it was probably one of the last unanimous declarations of Congress in many years. It was dated July 4th, 1776. The unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. In other words, the Declaration of Independence was a unanimous declaration by Congress in 1776. Keeping that in mind, would you all please stand and join in the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. All right, we now have the approval of our minutes from June 25th, 2024. Turn those to the council for discussion or a motion.
I'd move for approval of those minutes, Mayor.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And those stand adjourned. And I will be corrected. Councilman Harmon is online with us. Okay, we will now accept public comment. Public comment period is limited to 30 minutes. Any person wishing to comment shall limit their comments to 3 minutes. Upon recognition by the mayor, you will approach the microphone. If you did not sign up, please give us your name and address, otherwise just your name. All comments shall be directed to the mayor. No person addressing the city council during comment period shall be allowed to comment more than once. Comments shall be limited to city business and matters within the purview of the city council. Speakers should not expect any debate with the mayor, council, or city staff. The mayor, council, and staff may respond after the comment period has concluded. Speakers shall refrain from personal attacks against fellow citizens, city staff, or members of the council. So we'll begin with speaker 1.
Thank you. My name's Scott Bone. You guys probably know me by now. I want to thank the Public Works Department and the City Council for addressing the needs of speed control on our streets. I did like the ideas that the council came up with today on criteria to come up with this study, namely the length of the road, if it connects to main arteries or main streets, the density of the housing on the road, the width of the road, and the number of the residents who want it. In addition, I'd like to add my ideas of take into consideration the straightness of the road. If it's easier to speed on, that should be a consideration. I'd also recommend that we do away with the 85th percentile report and instead do it by the percentage of drivers going over the speed limit. So it's in my opinion also that The current criteria of walking areas for school entrances to city parks, bus stops, and no sidewalks should be maintained for the criteria. I'd like to also recommend that have a budget set of how much money the city's willing to spend on these traffic calming devices. And as you have a surplus, follow Mr. Johnson's recommendation of finding people who have tried to get traffic calming devices in their neighborhood and you start giving it to them as until the budget is used up. Thank you.
Thank you. Speaker 2.
I'm back. Code enforcement. Had a pretty good meeting with Lane. I think part of our problem is the council has handicapped him in what he can do. We can't look in backyards. I have a backyard that's got thistle as tall as my fence, which is a 6-foot fence. And dry grass. I kind of keep hoping it might catch on fire. Give the fire chief something to do, get the guys out hustling on a 100-degree day. And maybe burn down all the chicken coops and stuff that's back there full of debris also. But with giving people 3 weeks to abide by cleaning up their yard, if the yard is that bad, it takes them 3 weeks to clean it up. I don't know, to me, 1 weekend of hard work could clean up some yards. But we were having dumpsters delivered on Saturday, so I had to walk around and drop off the little letters the other day. We better start stepping up with code enforcement or allowing them to get out and do their job where people have to start conforming within a timely manner. I mean, pretty soon we'll be at, the 1st of October, nobody will have to do anything, or they can milk it out and it'll fall off the time frame. But we better be able to start stepping up, because if you have any questions about some of the houses in neighborhoods, is all you have to do is get out and drive around. I don't know that there's a house between Redwood Road and 2700 West on 4100 South that would pass the mustard with weeds, debris in the driveways. I don't know if they've been given notices to clean that up. I hope as a code enforcement driver goes around, he's able to look and see what's happening. I think, we need to stiffen that up, or we're going to have a city that's beyond return. I have people in my neighborhood thank me for what I do, trying to keep my neighborhood nice, but I'll be damned if they'll step up and do anything. It takes a village. Takes a lot of people to want nice neighborhoods and communities. Another spot that I'd like to mention is parking. Every time I've called them, they have been extremely responsive, but they must drive down the road with blinders on, because there's a black black Chrysler product sitting on 4100 South, just west of 3200 West. That's been there with a flat tire for months. So good luck to the city.
Thank you. Speaker 3.
Jim Beasock. I'm also back, but I watched you last week. I'm going to bring up flags again. Once again, how hard is it to get the Old Glory to be the highest flag? It seems like it'd be an easy thing for facilities to put out, the people that are maintaining flags, and put the other flags just a little bit lower. And then I guess 2 weeks ago, I said Veterans Day several times instead of Memorial Day. My comments were about Memorial Day, and our facility over there is a memorial of, it's not live people in there. So not having something there and having this facility on Memorial Day is just, it's wrong. And hopefully it ought to get fixed. Like I said, if we can find money to have Easter egg hunts, we should be able to find some money to have a Memorial Day event. We have a great Veterans Day event. So if I implied that, A couple weeks ago, I did not mean that the city did not have a good Veterans Day event. They are good. We did a chill with the chief 2 times ago, and we went to a park. And if Craig wouldn't have been so prepared, because everybody knows Craig Thomas is over prepared, they would not have been able to do the chill with the chief because the plugs weren't on. And it's just, if we're going to be renting these facilities for $100, the plugs should be on. And to have a chill with the chief event and not have plugs, Craig had a generator and they were able to do that. That's something should be an easy fix. And then with the piggyback on Mike's, the code enforcement can write tickets for some items. And I think they need to use that a little bit more. For example, on bulk days, if bulk is sitting there more than a week, obviously that wasn't their bulk week. You're not supposed to put it out more than 24 hours. Use your ticketing procedures, the $100 ticket. That would fix the problem, or a warning, an administrative warning on the ticket. And then maybe the second time, the $100, got to give them a chance, let them be educated. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Speaker 4.
Hi, everyone. How are you? Hello, Mayor. My name is John Sweeney, and I am thankful to step in front of you today and just say thank you for the work that I feel like we've done together as it relates to keeping West Valley performing. One of the good things that we wanted to report back to you guys on was we closed Lightning Thief, the show that was performing when all of this began. And I don't know if it's an unintended consequence of everything that occurred, but just reporting to you that during the run of the show, we had the highest attendance for a single matinee, which was a Saturday 3 o'clock performance. Nearly 400 people attended. We had the highest attendance for a single performance of over 460 seats sold out of a capacity of 550. And our closing weekend, we sold at a capacity of 82%. So one of the things that we've seen as we've begun with the theater 3 years ago is that it tends to, the audience tends to build in the 4 weeks so that it closes really strong. We need to get obviously some of those 82% up into the first weekend so that we can be closing at 100%. But it's a really, a good thing to see overall. And in the end, it was the highest selling production since the theater opened 3 years ago. So thank you for that. Finally, I just do think this is especially significant as it relates to the sales because it isn't as well known of a title. It's not Beauty and the Beast. It's not West Side Story. It was a show that did, at least appeal to children, which is good. But overall, I think it's a good sign for the future investment that you guys have made into this theater and allowing us to run it going forward. So I wanted to thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone that wished to speak that didn't have a chance to sign up? So will you just tell us what school you go to?
Willow Springs Elementary.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm Kennedy Gutierrez, and let's start off with the Lightning Thief at West Valley Arts was great, and I really appreciated the music, actors, and the whole entire show. I would love to see it a million more times. I hope that West Valley will perform it again. Close to the end, I put my hand over my heart and whispered, "This is beautiful." Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? So name and address.
My name is Walt Sorensen. I live at 2797 South Harrell Court in the Highbury neighborhood. I'm a lifelong resident of the city, and I'm here to speak against the proposed rezoning of the Redwood Drive-In. This was recently approved by the city planning commission, and I think that this was a poor choice. The justification that we just need more housing is true. But to say that every location that we need to rezone and have housing is not the right choice. When we go through and bulldoze every open space and pass business in the city for yet another housing development, we lose out on community. We lose out on thinking about what does it mean to have a community and what does good development and good planning actually mean. This does not seem like something that looks like we've thought through the plan of the city and where housing needs to be in the city. This looks like we're just rushing forward to fulfill housing need. We have open space that is already designated for the city to have housing put in. The Highbury neighborhood is a great example of this. We have plenty of space for increasing the subdivision that's there, not increasing the density of the Highbury neighborhood, but building housing as it should be. Yes, housing is important, but it is also very important to have good variety of city facilities, commercial spaces, businesses, and open space in the city. We need spaces for small businesses to thrive. We need spaces for people to grow and develop existing businesses. When developments of just housing are done, we end up being nothing but a bedroom community. No services, no recreation, no entertainment, no culture, no jobs, no theater, no parks, etc., until there is no community in the community, and it's just a place where people sleep. People end up having no ties connecting them to where they live or their neighbors. Yes, we need housing. We need affordable housing. But housing for housing's sake does not build a balanced development that builds a city, that builds a community. This is a bad choice for the city. We need better thought out planning. Speaking of a good development, our amazing Performing Arts Center has achieved their highest performance, hitting 82% capacity on their closing night. That is absolutely amazing. And thank you for the work that you have done to keep West Valley Arts performing. This is a direct achievement from improved awareness of the existence of the theater. Thank you.
Thank you. Was there anyone else that wished to speak?
Hi, I'm Jordan Schaefer. I'm not a resident of West Valley.
All right, just name and address so we can get in touch with you if we need to.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Jordan Schaefer, and it's 1162 West Beacon Way, Syracuse. I have been a theater performer for over 10 years now, and I had the wonderful opportunity of being in the final closing audience of Lightning Thief this past Saturday night. And I can confidently say I've never seen an audience have more fun than that. I was immediately surprised to see dozens of kids, preteens, 10 and under, in their Camp Half-Blood shirts, just so excited to be there. They had their books. I've never heard cheering, and I was just going, man, I would love this as a performer. I've never had that amount of cheering. Simply because they were so happy to see their passion from literature being played out in the theater. There was a girl behind me. She said, I don't care if I mouth the word of if I mouth every single word in this musical, I will do it. So I'd just like to thank you and share that joy that I saw and the joy that's being shared with the community, especially the young people, because they really had a ball, and I knew it was one of those days where you got some people interested in theater. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, seeing none, we will close the comment period. And is there anyone on the council that would like to share any remarks?
I just want to thank again all those who are commenting to us. Your messages make a difference to us and for the city, especially you young residents. Thank you. Great job. We appreciate your voices. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. All right, we will now move on to our ordinances. we will begin with ordinance 24-27. This ordinance would change. Let's just start over. This ordinance change would add language to the city code to allow for reasonable collection of attorney fees when collecting for delinquent accounts owed to the city. So I will turn this to the council, ordinance 24-27 for discussion or a motion.
Motion to approve ordinance 24-27.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic?
Councilman Fitzie Umanu,
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
and Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We'll now go to our resolutions. We have resolution 24-110. This resolution would allow for the purchase of a tractor and aerial lift to be used by our Operation My Hometown. The total cost is $98,850 with $60,000 coming from donation. Turn it to the council for discussion or a motion.
Mayor, given that these have been thoroughly discussed and that there was no considerable disagreement on them, I propose or I move to move resolutions 24-110 and 24-111 to the consent agenda, and then to be able to approve all of those items together.
Second.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion and a second to take resolution 24-110 and 24-111, add it to our 3 items on the consent agenda. Ms. Kamic?
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu,
Aye.
and Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you. That takes care of our business for today. We just have one more action item.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye.
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 And we stand adjourned. Thank you so much for coming out.